Why did the Jews not accept Christ? A correct answer to an incorrect question. Half the answer lies in asking the right question. The question, why did the Jews not accept Christ, is fundamentally flawed. The proper question should be, why did all Jews who converted to Christianity before the 4th century remain Jewish, while after the 4th century and to this day, Jews who convert to Christianity assimilate within 2 to 3 generations? This is indeed the correct question. The answer lies in the following. Before the 4th century, Jewish Christians were not only permitted, but even required to observe the Old Covenant, circumcision, kosher dietary laws, etc., which remained eternal for them and was not considered abolished. However, after the 4th century, when the Roman Empire embraced Christianity, the narrative shifted. The Romans declared that it was not they who crucified Christ, but the Jews. Roman legalistic thinking could not reconcile adopting the faith of someone they themselves had executed. This led to the rise of ecclesiastical anti-Semitism after the 4th century, when the Church became part of the Roman state apparatus. Like Pontius Pilate, the Roman state washed its hands, accusing the Jews not only of Christ's crucifixion, but also of their supposed refusal to accept him. As a result, Jewish Christians not only in Christian Roman Empire, Byzantium, but also in Western Europe became untenable. After the 4th century, Jewish Christians were prohibited from practicing the Eternal Covenant, which was now deemed old even for Jews. This led to the complete assimilation of Jewish Christians over time. Initially, as documented in the Acts of the Apostles, it was explicitly stated that for Jewish Christians, both the New and Eternal Covenants remained obligatory. The Old Covenant applied only to Christians of Gentile origin. The decision of the First Apostolic Council was articulated as follows. Known to God from eternity are all his works. Therefore, I judge that we should not trouble those who are turning to God from among the Gentiles. Acts 15:18-19. The not trouble clause referred specifically to the Old Covenant, e.g., circumcision, thereby opening the Church to the world and moving it beyond being a Jewish sect where conversion to Christianity required conversion to Judaism, Giur. Essentially, the approach was unity in doctrine, diversity in rituals. The key phrase here is turning to God from among the Gentiles. For Jewish Christians, who initially formed the majority of the early church for the first 3 centuries of its history, the Mosaic covenant was never abolished. It remained eternal for them. However, after the 4th century, as most Christians were now from Gentiles, both in the Roman Empire, Byzantium, and in Western Europe, which was its successor, Jews converting to Christianity began to face trouble. Jews faced a stark choice: either renounce their covenant with God that existed before Christ or reject Christ altogether. The possibility of being both Jewish, observing the Eternal Covenant, and Christian, as was the case with the first apostles, no longer existed. This decision, dictated by the Roman state apparatus, not church dogma, as the Apostolic Council's decrees cannot be overturned, led to the eventual assimilation of Jews who converted to Christianity. Thus, the only Jews who retained their identity were those who remained outside the church, within the framework of Talmudic Judaism. These historical processes are key to understanding the schism between Christianity and Judaism, and why the notion of Jews not accepting Christ is a fundamentally flawed question. For the past 1,400 years, Jewish rabbis and Christian clergy have offered divergent answers to this question, but the reality remains that it is the wrong question to begin with.